Hey, I get all about the green and not the youngest dreams. Damn, but that's just life now. I follow Christ now. I still throw a couple fists and do my wife down. I told her she don't wanna make a wife out.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Today is Saturday, and I actually just came back from an Olympic weightlifting class. So weightlifting, or Olympic weightlifting I should say, is something that I started maybe a year and a half ago, and I was actively participating in sessions, meaning I was being coached with the hope of joining the Olympic weightlifting team here locally. And I was working out for a while. Like, I liked it. Like, I really do like Olympic style weightlifting. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I got scared. Like, I really did get scared. I got intimidated, to be honest. Like, I don't know, I just let fear kind of stop me in my tracks. You know, I've done that a lot in a lot of the things that I've done, and that was definitely one of them. But one of the things that I definitely wanted to do for the new year is, and not just because it's the new year, but honestly because I really do love it. It's a great way to keep in shape, and I honestly do want to join the team here. But because I was so in fear of it, and I can't really explain to you what my fear was. I think, you know, part of it was that, or is that, I'm older, but really that's not really an excuse, because there are people on the team, women on the team specifically, that are a little bit older than me. And whenever I went to like classes and stuff like that, or, I mean, there were people obviously older than me doing it. So like, me being the age that I am is not an excuse to not do it. I just got scared. But I wanted to honestly this year overcome my fear when it came to a lot of things, and Olympic style weightlifting is definitely one of them. So as an intro back into not only Olympic style weightlifting, but as an intro also back into just working out, because it's been a couple of months since I actually worked out, I decided that I would take this class today. And it's actually a weekly class for, I think, a total of 10. And today was the first class. And it was pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed it. It was hard, I can't lie. I think I need to definitely build my upper strength. I think that's one of the reasons why I was a little bit intimidated by it, is because I'm weak. I have a weak upper body, or what I consider to be a weak upper body. And so I need to definitely build my strength when it comes to my upper body. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about today is, actually, I thought it would be pretty cool to start a little series, and I'm thinking maybe once a week start a series where I don't know what it's going to be called yet, but last night I kind of thought to myself, like, how about I offer three artists to sub out your secular music artists. So as I've mentioned before, plenty of times before, like, music is really a big thing for me. It's a big deal for me, and I love music. And so one of the things that I struggle with in the beginning of my journey with walking consistently with Christ is what music to listen to. Just to give you an idea of the type of music that I like. And I mean, I like Outkast. Recently, well, as of late last year, I really got into Hit Boy. I like 21 Savage. I like I like all types of music, all types of artists, but that's just to name a few, right? So I like rap, I like hip hop, I like R&B. And so I struggled with trying to incorporate new music by Christian artists that glorify God, but give me that same, not the same feel, I guess you can say, but gave me a feel that was reminiscent of something that I would listen to if it weren't secular, if it weren't faith-based or music that glorifies God, right? So I had to go through this period where I had to discover new artists. Like, I went like on a deep dive trying to find music that I really loved and really liked, and that was good to my ear. I'm big into beats, right? So the beat has to be nice. And not only the beat has to be nice, but I don't want to say you have to be a lyricist, because listen, I'm not that versed in music to know like the terminology. But you got to be able to flow, or you got to be able to follow a beat, or at least, I don't know how to describe it. You got to sound good. You got to sound good. So anyway, I think I'm still building my arsenal of music, right? And I'm discovering new artists every day. But I think I have a pretty good library so far of artists that I like, some I even love. And I have a pretty good in-depth playlist of songs that like can get me through. Like, I can go on a long road trip and play my playlist of music that featuring artists that glorify God and not get bored or not get tired of it. And I'm adding more and more music every day. So for me, that's important. And I thought it would be pretty cool if I came on here and I suggested or introduced you to artists. You may already know these artists, you may not. But just, give you a couple of artists that I think, or recommend a couple of artists that I think could potentially be substitutes for your secular music artists. So I think I would try to do this weekly. I'm going to stick to 3 artists today. I didn't know. I went back and forth about whether or not I should do 3 songs or 3 artists. Because some artists that I recently discovered, I'm still trying to go through their catalog to see if I love them as an artist or if I just like this particular song. So I think for now, I am going to go with 3 artists today. 3. And introduce you to a song or 2. And hopefully, prayerfully, I will not get copyrighted. But I'll try to like incorporate a little bit of the songs, or at least 1 or 2 of my favorite songs that I like from the artist, to kind of give you a feel of what they sound like. And if you also think the sound is good, or if you also like them, then check them out. I invite you to check them out. But the goal or the idea would be to actually give these artists a try and eventually replace them with your secular music artists. Now, disclaimer, I am in no way, shape, or form saying that these artists sound like these faith-based, or how can I say it, Christian artists sound exactly like these secular music artists. I'm not trying to compare them in that way. But for me, I know that one of the things that stood out with these artists was that it gave me a sound that was familiar to me, a sound that I liked. So if these artists were indeed secular music artists, I would probably listen to them, if that makes sense. So I'm not comparing their styles. I'm not comparing any of those things. Only thing I'm doing is saying that these are sounds that were familiar for me, that helped me to transition over from secular music artists to now Christian or faith-based artists, right? If that makes sense. So the first artist that I'm going to mention is Parris Chariz. Now, I don't know if that's how you pronounce the last name, his last name, but listen, Linda, listen. When I tell you, when I discovered Parris, I'm going to play the song that I discovered first. And when I tell you that this song was on repeat. Like, I can go from point A to point B to point C and play the song back to back to back. Like, that's how much I fell in love with the song. And I love almost everything from Parris. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. And that was just, Let It Breathe is just one of the songs. You heard a little bit of it probably at the beginning of this video. Let It Breathe is one of the songs that I love. But let me show you, or let you listen to the song that did it for me. And like I said, when I heard the song, baby, it was on and popping. Like, I was like, yeah, I need to add right now. Back to back to back. Back to back to back. So this is Parris, right? I don't know if you guys can see that. That's just one of his albums. So this is the song that got me hooked on Parris. Hooked on Parris. I swear when I listen to music, like, inner me feels like I'm like 25. And outer me definitely looks all of over 40. So, but when I tell you,
Swimming is a big tank. I got that big rank. I got that big rank, yeah. These racks stuffed in a big safe. We been on a come up, gotta switch states. To sell her the water, put ice in it. To give her a ring if it's rice in it. She starving, I'm bothered, what's going on? Now, I wish to the bank, who that really wanna bank on y'all? Don't wanna sell, we but still I pay my pride. I do say it's wrong, but the past to get a raise every time I put it down. Like, big shark, tell her.
okay, so that's Parris. Like, big rank is what did it for me. And when I tell you that song has been on repeat, it has been on repeat. I love that song. That's like one of my favorite songs from Parris. One of my favorite songs actually to date. So I definitely suggest you give Parris a try. Like, I love his sound. I don't know where he's from. Like, I really don't know a whole ton about these artists, but because music is so big to me and there are things that I want to do creatively that involves music, I definitely want to take a deeper dive into these artists and get to know a lot more about them. Prayerfully one day I'll get to actually interview Parris for something that I'm working on. Anyway, so Parris is definitely one artist that I think you should definitely check out because his catalog is fire, right? Another artist that I think would be good for you if you're a music lover like me and you're into the type of music that I'm pretty much into. Another artist that I think you might enjoy is, and it was hard to make this list, but like I said, I think I find joy in the fact that this is just 3 initially. If you like this sort of thing, let me know down below if you like this, and I'll definitely continue. I'm gonna continue it anyway, I'm not gonna lie. But if you really enjoy it, let me know. Just let me know below if you enjoy, if you want to hear more about my music choices, and if you're interested in learning more about artists that you could potentially replace with your secular music artists. So this is another artist that I discovered probably about maybe 6 months ago. First of all, disclaimer, we are all human, right? So even with people that you choose to follow, whether it be pastors, whether it be artists, whether it be bloggers, vloggers, YouTubers, prophets, like when it comes to following people, the people that you choose to follow, always listen to the Holy Spirit. So I was actually recording a video via my Sony Handycam, right? And the memory card became full. So now I have to finish this video on my iPhone, which is hard for me because as you can see, I don't know where to look. Am I looking here or am I looking there? Am I looking here? Regardless, let me finish up this video so that I can go ahead and get my butt home. The second artist that I wanted to feature for this video is, or talk about in this video, or suggest that you listen to or take a listen to, is Agghhhh Mansfield. Again, I haven't done a full deep dive into these artists or where they're from and all of these things like that. But when I tell you Agghhhh has a sound that I can get down with, like, I love a lot of things from Agghhhh. When I discovered Agghhhh about 6 months ago, I was like, give me more, please, give me more. I think he is far different than a lot of the artists that I previously mentioned, such as like Lecrae or Andy Mineo, as far as sound. I don't know if he produces the beats himself, but the beats that he uses in his songs are often beats that are reminiscent to my ear or feel familiar to my ear, as far as things that I would normally listen to if I were listening to a secular music artist. So I definitely suggest, when you get an opportunity, to Google Agghhhh Mansfield, and hopefully I'll be able to insert a little snippet of a song that I like from Agghhhh, so that you can kind of get an idea for what his sound is.
With my heart starts to get cold, no fold. Lord, help me not fall when the battle gets strong as the foe. They don't even get a goal. I'm just trying to win songs, devil in my ear telling me I can't, world in my ear telling me to go. Yeah, nah, I'm just chill with it. My God, he took me high up on that hill with it. Praying for, wait. I said praying for my problems, let them deal with it. Can't trust about no sickness, cause I trust my God, he healing it.
The sound, especially specifically for that song, the way he was riding the beat kind of reminds me of like a Florida sound, because a lot of times a lot of the songs from Florida, South Florida in particular, have that, like, I don't know how to describe it. I honestly don't know how to describe it. Like, if you are more familiar with music or well-versed with music, let me know what that is. I don't know what that little fast on top of the beat, like fast repetition. Listen, I don't know what it's called, but it gave me like a Florida sound, like a South Florida sound. Some of the songs that we would listen to, maybe not so much now, but definitely back in my day, like back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, you know, things like that. Like, we had a lot of those fast beat, and you got to be able to like rap on beat. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying, but Isaac Mansfield is definitely one person. That song, by the way, is called New Things. Definitely one of the artists that when I discovered him, I instantly liked. So I like a lot of things from Isaac. And then the third song, let me find, or the third artist I discovered maybe a month ago, and I haven't done a deep dive just yet, but I'm curious, I'm intrigued. But I'm gonna play a song called Passion from this artist, and I was like, ooh, like, yeah, I like this, I like you. Hold on. I can't dance. Take days off to me. No, I grind like I ain't heard of rest. I do it all for the passion. The sleepless nights for the passion. What's hard to me, change, I pay for the change. I do it all for the passion. Grandma run like a Segway, life in the past with a kid like MMA. I gotta hear what the president is telling me. It's told me that if I stay humble and keep the vision, then no doubt there'll be millions screaming my name. But the gift that was given it for what? Okay, so that was Passion by DC3, and from what I'm not gonna say from what I understand, because again, I haven't done a deep dive into this artist just yet, but it looked like a young cat. Like, he looked young. He looks like he could be a son. Like, he looks like he's about 16, 17, but he's probably way older than that. And I can't remember exactly where he's from. I don't know if he's from London. I don't know. I'll definitely probably insert more information. Or if you're curious to know more information about these artists before you take a listen to them, then definitely let me know below also. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just love it when the beat is like nice. Like, give me a good beat, but you can't just give me a good beat. You also have to be able to, like, you got to be able to ride on the beat. You got to be able to, like, you got to come with the lyrics. It can't just be like BS on top of a nice beat. Like, that's not going to get me, you know? And so obviously with secular music, in my personal opinion, if you have a nice beat, you could just be talking about anything on a beat. Like, you just be throwing trash on the beat and people will listen to it because it's like a nice beat. No, in the kingdom of God, baby, like, you have to give me the meat and the potatoes. Like, don't just give me a nice beat. That's not going to catch me or keep me. And so I like these artists specifically because not only can they rap on beat, not only are the beats nice for a lot of their songs, but, you know, you gotta listen to what they're saying. Like, what they're saying is also important, and it's also meaningful, but most importantly, it's glorifying Christ. And as I was saying before, take everything back to God. Listen, you got to take up your own cross and walk with it. Like, you cannot just listen to artists, YouTubers, prophets, and take everything that they say and apply it. Because at the end of the day, we're man. You know what I'm saying? We should all be working out our own fear and trembling with the Lord. We should not be following any man, but we should be following Jesus. We look to other people as examples of how to follow Jesus, but we should not be following people to receive Jesus, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So we all have our faults. We all have are walking through this life trying to strive to be more Christ-like. And so again, like when it comes to the people that you follow on YouTube, when it comes to even me, like I'm still learning. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect for sure, nowhere near, but I'm striving to be better. So take everything that I say to you, everything that I am mentioning to you, you take it and you take it back to God, and you ask the Lord to give you discernment about what it is that I am saying, because I am wrong also. I am wrong sometimes. I am wrong a lot of the time. So definitely take, again, when you're listening to these artists, don't take it and be like, oh, this person is gonna definitely like be, you know, the know-all and the be-all. No, these people are trying to lead you to Jesus, and then you follow Jesus. like my Instagram says, you follow Jesus, don't follow me. I mean, follow me, but follow Jesus. I'm just trying to show you the way to Jesus. If you like this sort of thing, let me know. If you don't like this sort of thing, you can let me know that also. I'm probably gonna do it anyway. But you can definitely let me know that also in a nice way. And again, I appreciate y'all. That today is the 4th day of January. It's the 4th day of the new year. This is day 4 of me posting consistently, because I've dedicated my entire 2025 to God. I'm giving God my entire 2025, which means I am doing things daily that bring me closer to him. And I am sharing and documenting that journey with all of y'all. So hop down below. If you're here, if you've watched more than one video, say hi. Say hi. Let me get to know you. Please, I want to get to know you. And let me know if you have any questions, so that you can probably get to know me better, or hopefully get to know me better. And I will see you all tomorrow. God's will, I will see you all tomorrow.